Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I'm doing yet another full face of Essence makeup. I feel like I do these every month at the minute. Honestly, I feel like so far this year I have done a new face of Essence makeup every single month, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I'm actually falling in love with the brand. I think so many of the products are fantastic. And today we are doing another full face, minus a couple of items. So many of these are new products, some of them are old favourites, and let's just dive straight on in. If you are new here, hello, my name is Millie. Like I say, I make videos like this all the time. I post 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. I would love it if you would consider subscribing down below if that's the sort of content you're into. Makeup, beauty, testing, all that good stuff. Let's just get on with it, shall we? I am starting with a new product. This is the Hello Good Stuff Primer Serum. It says Hydrate and Plump with Blueberry and Squalene. Now, this is a blue serum. I know already that this has a scent. I did pick this up in Wilko and I did smell it in the shop. So I knew what I was getting myself in for with that. I'm hoping it doesn't linger too much on the skin. I did used to use a primer serum from Boots and it was from their Rose range and the smell of that was absolutely horrific. So I'm hoping that I can hack the smell of this one. So I'm just going to take a few drops. It's quite thick. I was expecting it to be more watery than that. Let's just see. Obviously I've already done my skincare and let's just see how this sits on the top. That feels really, really nice and hydrating. Obviously it's got all of skincare benefits in it as well. So it is like a skincare makeup hybrid sort of a product, which I love. As a gal with dry skin, I need all of my base products really to have that added hydration in it, and I think that that is very, very nice. The smell is definitely fading. It's not staying on my hands. I do feel like it's a very soft scent. I mean, it's the smell of blueberry. It is the smell of the ingredients that are in it, but I don't feel like, normally with fragrance I can tell straight away if it's going to upset my skin, where I feel like that is probably going to be okay. For foundation, one of my all-time favourite foundations is an Essence one, and I feel like I've used it in so many videos recently that I'm like, I need to use something else. So I picked up this one, which is the W7 HD foundation. I did a full face of W7 recently and I really, really liked this one, so I wanted to give it another go. So I'm taking a pump and a bit and I'm just going to dot this all over and then I'll blend it out with a sponge. And then the only other product that I have that's not from Essence is my bronzer. Everything else is. Whenever I post a video using Essence products, obviously I live in the UK and it's not the most easily accessible brand. I always get a comment down below asking where I get Essence from. You can get it in Wilko. Obviously I can't link that down below. You would just have to go in and potluck, see what they've got. But I also get some products on the Just My Look website, and that is what I will leave linked down below. Essence do have a website, but it's really strange. It's you can add things onto a wish list, and then where you click, where you would be yeah, I'll check out now, I've added all of the products into my basket. It's not a basket. It then it takes you to a list of online shops where you can find those products. You can't just shop through the Essence website. You add your products there and then it says, okay, 10 of the 20 items that you've added are available on Just My Look, and the others are available on these other obscure websites, which are obviously trusted retailers that Essence is telling you to shop there. but they don't have their own website. It's a little bit strange, I feel, for like 2023 that they don't have their own website, but whatever, who am I to judge? But yes, my preferred one is Just My Look. I also get like other brands on there as well. I also have Catrice. So back to the Essence products. This is another new one, I do believe. I actually can't remember, I've had these products for quite a while. Anyway, this is the Multitask Concealer, and it says Erase, Cover and Care. And just as I was like getting all of these products out and setting them up on my table before I started filming, it says on the back of here, optically erases dark circles, which I thought was a bit of a strange word to use. Optically, yes, so you can't see them. Does anybody else feel like that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And it also says covers imperfections, contours, so you could get like a darker shade and do your contour with it, which obviously I haven't done, but I thought that that was quite interesting. And highlights, long lasting with hyaluronic acid and caffeine, buildable, medium to high coverage with a natural matte finish, which is basically all of the things that I like in a concealer. And I had this in the shade 05 Cool Porcelain. I think I got this online, so I don't know if this colour's going to be right. There we go. So the product has come up into the brush now. That is not a bad colour. I do like a bright inner eye area, and I like to keep the coverage mostly in there, like right on the inner corner there, because that's where I have the most blueness. And I am going to use a brush. Yeah, let's use a brush. Okay, so has that optically erased my dark circles? I don't know why I'm laughing so much at that. Like, it's a perfectly valid way of saying it, but in my head I'm like, that's a really weird term. Anyone else? I think it's probably just me. I feel like that is a very, very nice concealer. It's quite thick, where you would think something like this in this sort of packaging where it's got this like brush on the top and you twist it up from the bottom. I would have thought that that sort of packaging would mean that it was more lightweight feeling and more lightweight coverage, but I actually feel like that has covered my dark circles really nicely. I would agree with it saying that it is more of a matte finish, which swings and roundabouts. Like, it's a good thing that it's matte because I don't have to set it, like I don't have to add a powder, but sometimes I do want to be a little bit more glowy, in which instance I would just use a different concealer. I do feel like it's a very nice colour for me. Yeah, I so far I like it. Let's see how much it creases over the course of the video. Like I say, I don't have a bronzer, so I'm just using the Collection VitHit Sweet Kiwi bronzer, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this to warm up my face, and then the rest of the video will be Essence products. Okay, so back into just the Essence products now. I'm going in with the blush, and this is in the shade 80 Breezy, and I think this is a brand new shade. I have a few of these, and so far I've really, really enjoyed them. So let's see what I think of this shade. I feel like the soft glowiness in the blusher is really, really like adding a nice soft glow to the skin. The foundation that I used is sort of a natural matte finish. I do like it, but this just adds a really nice softness to the cheeks, and I feel like it just adds a really nice little bit of life back in. I do have a highlight. One of my favourite highlighters is an Essence one, so I knew I had to pick this one up. So this is Gimme Glow Luminous Highlighter, and this is in the shade 10 Glowy Champagne. This is another new release from them. They had this one, and they also had more of like a pinky shade. I'm not really into the pink highlighters. I do like more of a champagne shade. So let's see, how much of this do you think I'm going to need? It doesn't look, I mean, in the pan, it doesn't look glittery or anything like that. It barely even looks luminous, honestly, but let's see. It is quite a soft formula, like in the actual pan. It doesn't feel, I mean, you saw how much I was swirling that in. It doesn't feel as though you're like getting anything on your brush. And like I was looking at my brush and I was like, no, I need more than that. And then I put it on my face and I'm like, wow, the aliens can see me now, which is what I love. That is what I want my face to look like at all times. So I am not mad at that. Yeah, I like that. I like the shade of it. It's not in the slightest bit chunky or glittery. It looks really, really natural, but also blinding, which is my preference. I'm just going to tap over the top with the blush brush just to make sure it's really nicely blended in. So obviously it's a lot more glowy than I thought it was going to be, but I absolutely love how those are all like looking on the face. I think that looks really, really nice. So for brows, I've got an old product and a new product. The old product is the pencil, and this is the Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. I have this in the shade dark brown, and this is the tiniest little brow pencil. Really, really like that, and I really like the colour of it. It's one of my favourites just on an everyday basis. And then I've got a new brow gel. Brow mascara, this says. It's Thick and Wow Fixing Brow Mascara with volumizing fibres, and this is in the shade 03 Brunette Brown. So let's see. Oh, now that is a big wand for a brow product. I just know something like this, I'm going to end up with that all over my face. I am going to end up absolutely covered in that. So with that in mind, I will go off and do, not with that, that's the eyeliner. I don't want green brows. I'm going to go off and I'm going to do my brows with the brow pencil, not with a green eyeliner. I'll be right back when I've got some brows on my head. Okay, so I have some thoughts about the brow gel. The wand is far too big. I could not breathe whilst I was brushing that through. I feel like these brows are very dark and they are very fluffy, which I don't mind, but I feel like these are like next level dark and next level fluffy. So it's a nice enough product. Is it better than my e.l.f. Wow Brow? No, I do prefer the e.l.f. Wow Brow. However, absolutely not mad. I think that this with a slightly lighter brow pencil, perhaps because this brow pencil is already like at the limit of like the darkness that I want for my brows, even though I obviously have very dark hair and I obviously like a very dark brow. I just feel like these are a little intimidating on my face. Maybe it'll even itself out by the end when I've got all of the other products on. So for the eyes, I'm using old favourites. Throughout the video you will see I've been using this as my mirror because this is also Essence. I have a whole video swatching this and testing this. I don't love it. This is the Disney Classics Dumbo palette. I don't love it because there's no darker shades to do any sort of depth, and I, as you can tell, I quite like a dark makeup. So I am going in with an eyeliner. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade 36 Olive U. So this is like a olivey green, and I really, really like these because it's very easy to like scribble along the lash line. I like wing it out a little, and then I take like a very dense sort of pencil brush and I smudge it out a little bit, and it just makes a really, really easy sort of smoky wing. And these come in every single colour that you could possibly imagine. And I'm also just going to tap over a little bit of the Soft Touch eyeshadow. This is in the shade Bubbly Champagne. This is just like a little single eyeshadow, so I'm going to do that first actually. Oh, and I also put some of that Collection bronzer just through my crease whilst I was doing that step before. So I'm just going to take a brush and I'm just going to tap a little bit of the eyeshadow across my lid, and then I will blend it out with the brush. So I just want something quite light and just soft across the lid, and then I'm going to do that smoky wing. So just a little bit of that across the lid, blended right out like so. So then once all of that is blended out, I'm going to take that pencil, and you will see how easy this is. I'm just going to scribble along the lash line, I'm also just dragging that colour up a little bit just to like start the shape of a wing, and then I'm going in with a very small like pencil brush, and I'm just going to tap very, very lightly over the like top edge where it's meeting that eyeshadow, and it just softens it down really, really nicely so it doesn't look like a harsh green line, but it just leaves the nicest green smoky wing. And I really, really like using these. I use these so often off camera, so they smudge out like this really, really nicely and really, really easily. It's so quick and so easy to do, and makes like quite an impactful sort of smoky wing really, really quickly. But also, once this is set down, and like it won't take long to set down at all, but once it has, it stays all day. And like that's the smoky wing done, and it just looks really soft. And obviously once we've got the mascara on and everything, it will just look like a really soft green smoky wing, and you won't really see that it's green, but I'll know that it's green because we all know I love green. Say green more. So you can see how soft and smoky that liner goes, just with like the tiniest little bit of blending out. But now that I've done this, it's absolutely set. That is not going anywhere at all. I absolutely love these. Like I say, they come in every single colour that you could possibly want. I've got a matte brown one, I've got a sparkly brown one, they do black, they do sparkly black, they've got hot pink, they've got literally any colour. I absolutely love them. So for mascara, this is another product that I really, really rate highly. The Lash Like a Boss mascara. Mine is 100% like past its best now. It's so like clumpy, which I love, but it's almost like too clumpy now, even for me. So I'm going to go very, very lightly, as light as you can, with a mascara that is so thick. I honestly think that this is the last time I'm going to be able to wear it because it's so dry now. But if you're wanting a mascara recommendation from Essence, this is the one that I recommend. Above the Lash Princess ones because they smudge like crazy, this one is the best Essence mascara I've tried. I said it. So that is the mascara done, and as you can tell, they are thick, they are clumpy, they are chunky lashes, and I absolutely love how that looks. I think probably one of my favourite mascaras. It lasts really, really well as well, which is of course one of the main reasons why I love a mascara. So for the lips, I have two products here, and I don't know which one I'm going to go with yet. I have the Electric Glow Colour Changing Lip and Cheek Oil. Oh, so I could have used that on my cheeks. I don't know how I feel about that. The other one that I have is the 8 Hour Matte Liquid Lipstick. Now I got this, even though I hate matte liquid lipsticks, I got this specifically because this is in the same range as the lip liners that I absolutely love. So this is the 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in Rosey Nude, and I use this pretty much every single day. This is my absolute ride or die above all else lip liner. I absolutely love it. So I got this in the same shade, and I'm wondering, do I do this or do I do this? Or do I do this over the top of this? I think I do that. So I'm going to do the lip liner first. Like I said, this is in Rosey Nude, and I just absolutely love it. For like my lips but better, nothing really interesting about it apart from the fact that it's my perfect lip liner. And then I will go over the top with this, and I've just read on the bottom actually, it says comfortable and kiss proof. Well, we're absolutely putting that to the test, aren't we? Let me apply it. It doesn't have any sort of scent. I was expecting it to have that matte liquid lipstick smell, and it doesn't. It does like the teeniest, tiniest little bit, not enough to bother me, and you know how bothered I am by scent. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry down. I feel like it's like a whipped sort of texture. as I was applying that, I can feel that it's starting to dry. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels very, very comfortable. I'll just give it a little minute. I'll just sit back and relax and give it a little minute to dry. Okay, so I've just been sat doom scrolling on my phone for a good 5 minutes, and I would say that has completely dried. I would say that it is comfortable. I can definitely feel it on my lips. I can definitely feel the more dry feeling on my lips, which isn't my favourite, but potentially with this over the top it would feel more comfortable. Let's see how kiss-proof it is. Well, it absolutely is. Yeah, I think I like that. I actually think I like that more than I was expecting to. So, like I say, this is the Colour Changing Cheek and Lip Oil. Is it in a shade or is it just one? I think it's just one. I'm hoping it doesn't come out green. Oh no, the green is just the packaging. We're okay. The green is just the packaging. I'm going to take this on my finger so that I don't get this all dirty. Oh, that's definitely going more pink, isn't it? I don't mind that though. Oh, it's turned my finger pink. It's turned the end of the applicator pink. Interesting, but I like how that looks. Obviously it's not kiss-proof anymore, but I think that looks really, really nice actually. And close up, that's like, it's not making anything separate. I just feel like that is like, it leaves the colour, and with that matte liquid lipstick underneath, I feel like that combination is very, very nice. So, is that everything? I think it is. Right, what do we think of all of the new products that I have tried today? The primer, I feel like if you've got dry skin, you'll probably really, really like this, as long as you're okay with a little bit of scent. And bearing in mind, I don't like scent in my primers, in any sort of products really. I feel like the scent was so mild and obviously dissipated quite quickly that I feel like I am a very big fan of that. It did leave the skin feeling nice and hydrated and also a tiny little bit tacky, so I feel like that is going to be a good one. I've also just noticed it says it's got squalene in it and glycerin, which is a standard thing for in primers, but the squalene in it, yeah, I like it. So it's got like the skincare benefits too. So far I think that it's great. The concealer, I feel like that looks really, really nice actually, and I didn't see a single crease. Like there's some on like my eyelids, but that's from the eyeshadow because that's more like a creamy formula, but under my eyes, no creasing, and I like the finish of it. I haven't set anything and I feel like that looks really, really nice. The highlighter, I am a very, very big fan of that. The brow mascara, I feel like the one could be a little bit smaller. It's a very wet formula where it gets a lot of product on to the brows very, very quickly. I will continue to use this. I'm wondering if I could potentially just use this without a brow pencil, like it's that dark. Where like the e.l.f. Wow Brow, I have to use a pencil as well because I have no brows. I feel like that on its own could potentially work. I will leave all of these further reviews in the description box down below. I will also say I come back like in time at the end of the month when I've had more time to play with all of these products. I do a monthly roundup of all of like the new products that I've tested out, so that video will be coming soon, and if I have any outstanding thoughts about any of these products I will mention it there as well. The lip oil, I like. It is a lip oil. Ultimately, a lip oil is a lip oil. I feel like this is a really nice one. I feel like it mixed in with the other lip products that I had on underneath. Again, I will continue to play and come back if I have any further thoughts, and I think that that is everything that I've tested out today. If I've forgotten anything, then do let me know. If you have made it to the very, very end of this video and you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe down below, and if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have picked up any of these products from my description box. Like I say, I will try and remember to link everything. I always forget, and honestly, it takes me forever to link anything, but I will do it. I will do it for you. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.